Good afternoon, everybody. It is a breezy afternoon here at Steed Hall, and today we're going to talk about Magnolia grandiflora, or southern magnolia. We happen to have two specimens of Magnolia grandiflora that are actually espaliered on the face of our building. These are a cultivar called Little Gem. Little Gem was actually discovered by Mr. Steed, for which our building is named. He was a very generous benefactor of our curriculum. So we're going to focus on these specimens for today. The leaf arrangement is alternate. The leaf form is simple, and the leaf margin is entire. And you can see these are very glossy, leathery leaves. They have a pubescence on the back side of the leaf. I have found that the pubescence color varies from cultivar to cultivar, but typically the most desirable forms have a very coppery brown pubescence on the back sides of the leaves. This is a tree, broadleaf and evergreen. It is considered large. The form is typically considered pyramidal. It can be loosely pyramidal and sometimes very squat. I know where I grew up in the northeastern part of the state, because of tip layering, oftentimes camellias are wider than they are tall. They tend to be very broad, but they are pyramidal in form. Not real picky about soil, not very picky about moisture. For pruning information, I would just say that it's selective. I would not think that these require a lot of pruning, or I would not say that they require a lot of pruning. I would say that it's best to let them branch to the ground because they are messy. They drop a lot of leaves and debris, and those low branches tend to camouflage all of that. Once you limb them up, you're in for regular cleanup. The growth rate is considered slow to average. Exposure to light is sun. Climactic hardiness zones 7, 8, and 9. Landscape uses, specimen or a screen. These are just, they can be very large plants, so to me specimen tends to be the most ideal use for them. Flowers are considered showy. They're very fragrant. They smell like lemon pledge. They bloom in late spring to early summer, and they're creamy white. The fruit is profuse. A lot of people call it a magnolia cone. It is more accurately described as an aggregate fruit. It's fuzzy and green all through the summer, and once it ripens, it turns brown, and then bright red seeds will emerge from the individual aggregates, if you will. Not considered edible. No autumn color. This doesn't change with the seasons. Leaf texture is considered coarse. No notable bark characteristics for our purposes. I'm only going to give you two cultivars, although I have several favorites beyond the two I'm going to provide. So obviously number one is Little Gem. It's a small form with prolonged blooming. And then another favorite of mine is Bracken's, BRACKEN''S, Brown Beauty. It's said to transplant better than many, and it's one of the most cold hardy as well. But the brown in its name tells you it has great coppery brown pubescence on the back sides of the leaves. So it's a beautiful specimen, great foliage color. For pests and diseases, occasional weevil damage. And weevil damage looks like this. Can you see how those leaves look like they've been shot with shotgun pellets? That is weevil damage. That's weevils will nibble on the buds or the leaves before they unfurl. And that's how you get that kind of damage. But nothing else. They are an NC native. They are a US native. They are not invasive. I found no reference to salt tolerance. They have a pretty waxy leaf. I think maybe. Nothing real special for the other information. And these are located everywhere. We have quite a few little gems on campus. And we even have a few just regular old Magnolia grandiflora. I can't wait to show them to you on our plant walk this week.